All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakah Kodash. Second of all, I want to give double honors to my elders and apostles of Great Millstone. And third of all, I want to give a peace of safety to the hopeful elect out there, the brothers that push this truth, the truth of the King James Bible, and our truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the globe. All right, so I just want to do a short lesson on how alone the spirit of Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai allows it to go. And I want to name the video, The Red Horse was set up to take peace from the earth, not to be peaceful, all right? Or whatever title Yahweh Yahweh Shah sees fit I use. But Lord Willis, brothers can see on the screen what maybe want to do this lesson. All right, this article here from the Zero Hedge, and it says African leaders peace mission with Putin and Zelensky. All right, so you got these South African leaders. All right, which South Africa is a part of the BRIC nations. Basically, just like China has too. Xi Jinping, the leader of China, has also tried to get China and Zelensky to come to the table and for peace negotiations. All right, which are both Edomites. All right, Ukraine and Russia and Ukraine are both Edomite ran nations. All right, both are Edomites. All right, and it's in their spirit to fight. To be at war, not to be at peace. For years they've been talking about um, world peace and all that. That's never going to happen until the so-called white man is taken out of power. When the so-called white man is taken out of power, then peace will come. Then peace will be on the earth. But until he's taken out of power, there'll never be full force peace on the earth. Like I forget the exact number, but I believe it's been I forget the exact number, but ever since America or Babylon the Great's been in has existed, uh they've been in war pretty much ever since they've been America's been in existence. They've been at war, some type of war. All right, and ever since the so-called white man's been in power, there's always been wars on the earth. All right, and his blessing was the sword that he was known, and he was going to conquer the whole known world by force of the sword, like it tells you in let's go ahead and get Maccabees. First Maccabees, Salakia. We're gonna go back to Revelation 6, but this is First Maccabees chapter 1 verse 1. Esau's real first stronghold. All right, the real beginning of his reign of terror. This First Maccabees chapter 1 verse 1, and it happened that Alexander the son of Philip the Macedonian, who came out of the land of Shittim, had smitten Darius king of the Persians and the Medes, that he reigned in his stead first over Greece. Verse 2, and made many wars, and that made many wars. All right, and that's how Esau was set up to take over the earth by way of war. All right, and won many strongholds and slew the kings of the earth. And he didn't, and he's on that same path that his ancestors was on. Alexander the Great, the 12, the Roman Caesars. All right, on that same path, just non-stop bloodshed until he got control of the earth, over the earth, and that's what the Most High. That's how the Most High set it up. That's how he was going to get the earth. All right, take control of the earth and slew the kings of the earth, which he's doing now. All right, Muammar Gaddafi, Saddam Hussein. All right, just a couple of examples. Those would be counted as kings of the earth. And what did Esau do? They tried to go against what they wanted, and he went in there and put him to death and took over their countries. All right, Bashar al-Assad. Now they're after him. So on and so forth, and certain other leaders. Verse 3, and went through the ends of the earth, right, all over the place, and took spoils of many nations, which he's doing now. All right, oil or some other resource, poppy seed plant, some other resource. And so as much that the earth was quiet before him, whereupon he was exalted and his heart was lifted up. Right, so again, the same path, the same way of life, bloodshed, and that's how the Most High set it up. That's how he was set up to get it. So he ain't do it. So again, he's just fulfilling prophecy, man. So people are talking about, they want Zelensky and all, and this whole thing could be stayed. Who knows? But they could come down and sit down. But as a whole, Esau, the world will never be at peace. There'll never be world peace until the so-called white man is taken out of power. All right. And again, the Most High set him up to do so, to take peace from the earth. This Revelation chapter 6. one of my favorite chapters, Revelation chapter 6, verse 4. And there went out another horse that was red. Right, and the so-called white man, there's no such thing as a white man. All right, which the whole world should know by now. All right, this T-shirt I got on is white. All right, is there a person walking around on the earth as white as this shirt? No, the so-called white man is red. All right, the real red man. And there went out another horse that was red, as his blood shows forth through his skin, translucent. And the power was given to him that sat thereon to take, and power was given to him by the Most High that sat thereon to take peace from the earth. So he's meant to take peace from the earth. So in his heart, a war is in his heart. All right, like the scriptures tell you in the book of Psalms, war is in his heart. All right, that's all that's in this man's heart is war. Thinking of ways to destroy shit, take shit. That's all that's in his mind. And that's how the Most High set him up to be. All right, to take peace from the earth, and they should kill one another. And that's how the Most High is going to make it happen. The Most High is going to make them destroy each other. Russia, Babylon, them NATO and EU nations, come against. They're all going to come against each other, which is all Edomites, and they're going to destroy each other. Ultimately, just like in the past with the 12 Roman Caesars, they killed each other off. They were killing each other, turning their back on each other and killing each other. All right, turning their back on each other and on each other and killing each other. All right, and coming against each other, fighting against each other. The same way today. Babylon and Russia are both Edomite ran nations, but they're fighting against each other. They're at war against each other. Zelensky and Ukraine and Russia are both Edomite ran countries. All right, but they're fighting against each other. All right, and the NATO and the EU, they're all Edomite ran countries, and they're fighting against each other. All right, so the Most High is going to put the spirit on them to destroy each other. All right, and there was given to him a great sword. Right, and there was given to him a great sword, which that sword, modern day sword today, or is the weaponry. And the ultimate weaponry is the nuclear missile, and that's how the Most High going to put the spirit on them to shoot missiles on each other, and destroy each other. All right. So yeah, man, peace will never come on the earth until the so-called white man is pushed out of the way, and his time is coming. This is Isaiah chapter 14, verse 7. So like Isaiah chapter 14, verse start at 4. So like Isaiah chapter 14, verse 4. And thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon, which are the Edomites, and say how which are Edomites, and how has the oppressing city ceased, the golden city ceased, which now Joe Biden, but he has puppet leaders. Technically he's the king of Babylon, but he has puppet leaders telling him what to do. And the golden city is ceasing, which is America. All right, verse 5. The Lord hath broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers. And he smote the people in his wrath with a continuous stroke. And he that ruled the nations in anger is persecuted, and none hindereth. Verse 7. The whole earth is at rest and is quiet and break forth into shaking. Right. Then when this man is taken out of the way, everything's going to be all good again. And then the world will really be at peace. All right. Verse 8. Yea, even the fir trees rejoice at thee, even the trees and the cedars of Lebanon say, since thou art laid down, who's laid down? The so-called white man. No feather has come up against us. Right, because he's at war with everything. He's at war with everybody. He's at war with the people. He's at war with the trees, the sea, the earth. He's at war with everybody. All right, and the earth is going to rejoice when he's pushed out of the way. Hell from beneath is moved before thee to meet thee at thy coming. It stirred up the dead of even all the chief ones of the earth. It hath risen up from their throne, and all the kings of the nations. And they shall say, and they shall speak and say unto thee, Art thou as become weak as we? Art thou become like